Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you and your loved ones are doing great. Hope that all is pleasant for you. And as always, I hope that you and your loved ones are in good health. Once again, my friends, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we talk about here on the Common Sense channel. So, once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. Today, I want to discuss with you, my viewers, my friends, and those people that I love, and all thinking human beings on the planet. Our topic for today is a place called Hell and Heaven on Earth. The topic for today is a place called Hell and Heaven on Earth. I've done previous videos where I talk about that there is nowhere called heaven and there's no such place called hell. But today I want to discuss with you, my viewers, what do I mean about that? What do I mean when I say these things, these places does not exist? The only place that exists in my mind and from the common sense channel using common sense perspective is a place called Earth. Now, let's talk about hell on earth. The power that runs this world, which most of us would not know, are the ones that are deciding whether you live in heaven or you live in hell. Again, most people that watch my videos would know. In previous video, I said that there's no heaven, there's no devil, or there's no Satan, there's no God somewhere, but there is a higher spirit. I call it the Almighty. The God that we are looking for is us. And the devil or the Satan that we are looking for is human beings. The scriptures even said it. You understand that we are both of these things. You understand? So, let's discuss the power that be that decide whether you are living in heaven or living in hell. These individuals are capable. Do I say individual or just call them gods? And by the way, they are always the ones talking in that religious text. These are master human beings. They are on earth with us. They are here. They are human beings. They can start wars with impunity and they can end wars with impunity. So, and as time goes by in our world, all human faces, all humanity on this earth will start to understand these forces. You start to understand them, that they are the ones responsible for the hell that we see here and the heaven that we experience in this place. You understand? The term or the name that we know today as hell, this is new, it's fairly new. It was never in our scripture, never in religious texts, any one of them. If you look at worldwide religion, there are only two of them in this world that talks about, two or three of them that talks of hell and reward stuff. The other religions, no, they don't, because they know none of that stuff exists. So let's talk about what is hell. Hell is what people goes through when they are in war situation, like what's happening right now in Ukraine, beautiful country. That country used to be a heaven on earth. Beautiful. You want to live there, the people. Ooh. And what's happening in Gaza? That's hell on earth. Simple put. When human beings can get up in the morning, all they think about is whether they're going to live today or die tomorrow, or die today or live tomorrow. That's hell on earth. And the power that be is responsible for that. It's not no devil. I don't buy that. And that's the reason why I think religion is in cahoots. Religion, again, is in cahoots with political ideology. Religion is in cahoots with politicians and politics. Because if religion is spreading that crap, that Satan is responsible for the things that human beings are doing, and humans are doing this thing with impunity, with regards in a disregard of human life. Humans are doing these things without even thinking about the life that's being destroyed. Humans are not even planning or even trying to solve the problem so that more and more people's lives can be saved. And you sit there and you tell me that Satan is responsible for it. Religious people, that's hell on earth. Now let's look at our communities where we live in. There are communities in this country where kids can't even come outside to play without being shot at or without being gunned down. That's hell on earth. When a mom gives birth to a child and the child is just not okay, either drug induced, they call them crack babies. That's hell on earth. When a woman cannot even go and give a birth to a child safely without fear of her own life, that's hell on earth. When the food you're eating is so polluted that it takes away 30 to 40 years of your life, that's hell on earth. If your community is so messed up, is so dirty that there's no hope, that's hell on earth. If the school system is so messed up that the education that the kids are getting is not even conducive for them to compete with the rest of the world, my friends, that's hell on earth. If the community or society you're living in has no hope for the future because the future has been stolen away from them or sold away from them, that's hell on earth. When a woman has no choice because she's going through hard times but to sell her body to make ends meet, that's hell on earth. When a family cannot feed their children because the money they are making is not even enough to take care of the other things, the other amenities and other things to keep the family safe and under a roof, that's hell on earth. In other places, it's even worse. You understand? In America, at least you can go other places and get help. But imagine in places where you don't have none of these safety net. It's even worse, hell on earth. You understand? It's hell on earth when your own government find ways to destroy you in ways that you don't know, in ways that you don't understand, in ways that you can't even comprehend, either through the medical system, through the healthcare system, through the education system, through any means. That's hell on earth. So when you talk of hell, it's actually here, my friends. Hell, HELL, is here on earth, but no other place. You don't need, you don't need to look for it in any place because you're catching it here. You understand? Some of these hell that you're catching is your own doing because you fail to see it. You fail to make the necessary change or the necessary changes that you must make to not catch hell. I mean, we can't just blame everything on the Lucifer or the devil or the Satan, because the Satan is you, the devil is you, the Lucifer is you. So that's hell on earth. Here on earth, hell on earth is when you look around your community, all you can see is confusion. All you can see is tormentment. All you can see is worrying and struggling and struggle and pain and sorrow and despair. Even those who are telling you they are there to help you, instead they are there to grab whatever it is that they're saying they're helping you with. So there's no hope. A hopeless society is hell on earth. Here, hell on earth is here, my friends. Hell is here. We're not going to call it lake of fire. No, we're not calling it that. We're not going to call it a place of torment, because the place of torment is here. It is in your environment. It is in your community. It is in your essence. And only you can change it. Only you can look around and say, I am tired of living in hell, and I want to do a huge U-turn and make this place my heaven. So now let's talk about what heaven looks like. Heaven, my friends, is a place of peace. If it's a place of stability, you know what that means? It's a place where, because you have stability, you have peace and tranquility, you're able to think rationally. It's not a place of confusion. It's not a place of division. Okay, from a psychosocial needs. Heaven is when you get up in the morning, you're able to walk freely in your neighborhood without thinking or fearing of anything. Everybody in that community smiles. You see the green grasses. You see kids playing outside. They are happy. They are cheering. They are jumping. They are jogging. They are just having fun. No one had to shoot at them. The streets are clean. Everyone is smiling. Everyone is waving at each other. and saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You can leave your door open and no one is going to come in there and break down anything, stealing from you, murdering you. You understand? Everyone is friendly. The schools are good. The kids are learning the right information. They are growing upright. If you imagine what I just said right there are communities in this country. There are places in this country that because the mindset of the people are fixated on making the community a little heaven. When you enter those communities, you wouldn't even need to ask questions, my friends. Some of you know these communities. The streets are clean. You can hear the birds chirping as you walk by. You can see the green grass, the leaves, everything is just glowing, flourishing in your face as you drive by or walk by. At times, you're even afraid to drop a piece of paper on the street because it's so clean. The houses are all neatly groomed. And then you ask yourself as you walk by, wouldn't I want to live here? That's heaven, my friend. Heaven is when your government of that community is so busy working to make sure that safety is number one priority. The trash truck comes around and pick up all the trashes on time. You don't even have to go to City Hall where you're concerned. The government is concerned. Whoever the authority are in that heaven, they are concerned about your safety. They are concerned about your well-being. When you go to City Hall and you make one or two noise, the next day they're paving the streets, making sure the streets there's no puddles in the streets, and even apologize to you for not paying attention to your needs. When it's winter, your snow are shoveled on time. That's the heaven. You understand? Because they know that if you complain, the God himself will be upset in that heaven. That's heaven. You go to the grocery store in that heaven. You see everything lined up in sequence. The floors in those grocery stores are just beautiful. You can almost eat on them. Everybody say, how are you, Miss Jones? How are you, Mr. John? Everybody knows everybody in that heaven. So what I'm trying to say here on the Common Sense channel is this. The heaven that you're looking for is here. The heaven that you're looking for, only you can make it. And once you demand that God, G-O-D mean the government of the day. So that would be in this country. Every 4 years we replace them. Sometimes we give them 8 years. So whoever that political party is in power of that day, that's your God. So whatever you do, if you want to make this place a heaven, you must start thinking about all the things that you want your heaven to have. If you want your heaven to have good schools, your heaven would have it. If you want your heaven to have adequate hospitals with all the necessary equipments, with honest doctors in them, upright doctors, upright medical officials that are not trying to poison you, trying to kill you once you get that Social Security card or Medicare, whatever it is. That's what you're going to get. So whatever you want that heaven to be, my friends, that's what it's going to be. And this same apply across the globe. You get whatever heaven you want. Whatever heaven you dream of is what you're going to get. So if you want a heaven where your kids can get off the bus from school, they don't have to worry if some boogeyman is trying to creep on them or trying to snatch them off the street or trying to gun them down. That's the kind of heaven you will get. In the case of Africa, where I'm from, the heaven that they can get is when they get rid of all this religion out of Africa, and they'll get the heaven they want. Because the religion in Africa has already replaced God, the government of the day. So because they've replaced the government of the day, they are not going to get the heaven they want. Instead, they're going to get religion. But if they can replace both of these people by thinking and by thinking about the kind of heaven they want, and they will get it. Forget about hell. You're only in hell because you want to be. It's a choice thing. See, that's why when you, according to the religious text, it says when you die, first, you have to do all these things. And at the end of the day, they say any of them, if you don't do, say you get a list of 10 different things, or 12 or 20 different things that you have to do to qualify to go to heaven, that's your list now. You have to make sure everything on that list is done and is done right. So if you miss anyone on that list, you are not going to go to heaven. So you see, so that's their own list. They give you the people that has religion, that construct religion. I like to do religion because once you understand what I understand, you see where the problem is. And when I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm not gonna, you know me now when I do my thing. I have a way I do it. But yeah, I'm not gonna stop. So they have their own list, and they give you gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta be this, you gotta be that, right? So you has to come out with your own list. That's for the Africa now. I think you can use some of that list here too. I'm gonna come out with the 10 commandments that I think, but that would be 10 commandments for my ancestors. I'm gonna come out with the ancestors' 10 commandments. But yeah, come up with your list and say, these are the things that I want to have in my heaven. And you give that to your local, because all God is local. Government of the day is local. So you give them to your local God, and you tell them, this is what I want to see in my heaven. So when I say in your heaven, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the community from which you're from, where you live. That's your heaven, my friend. So give them that list and say, A, B, C, D is what I want to see in my heaven. Now, they have to fulfill everything on that list. Because imagine if they miss anything on that list, that means you're not gonna vote for them. You're not gonna get them to where they want to be, because they want power, right? So that's how you take control of your heaven. I don't want you to go around thinking about hell. Hell only happens when you allow it. You look at your own predicament, your own situation. You have to evaluate your situation. You say, no, nobody want to live in hell. I've never seen a human being that want to live in hell. No, let me take that back. There are human beings that love hell. The only thing, they don't want to catch it, but they want to be in it. Because the reason why I say it is because they keep voting for the same people. So you need to start locally and say, I will not tolerate living in hell. Just Just say, this is what a common sense said. China said, I will not tolerate living in hell. In 2025, going into 2026. Because I already told you there's no such thing as heaven, there's no such thing as hell. You understand? Up there. I'm talking about up there now. In the sky. Yonder, somewhere in the sky. That's what I'm talking about. There's nothing up there. Don't look there. Look down here, my friends. That's all the things I said on this video. I'm talking about here though. I don't want you to say, oh, he's saying that heaven and earth doesn't exist, da da da. But I'm telling you that it doesn't exist. It does not exist up there. But where does it exist? It's here. And you make your list. Just like how the religious people give you a list of what you need to do before God can allow you up there. The government of the day can allow you up there into that kingdom. So you must also come up with a list and give it to them and say, this is what I expect to see in my heaven. I tell you, there are places on this planet, in this world, on earth, Mother Earth. When you visit these places, you will start to see, you will love life. You would love life. You don't even need to go far away, just within Ohio alone, or anywhere in this country. You go to these places, I'm telling you, when you walk in some of these little cities, town, and you see, man, you see some houses in there, they are 500,000. The whole street is lit up them. It's lit up with houses in the $1 million. The streets are so clean. Any day of the week, it's being groomed. The grasses are just standing right there and they are looking at you in your face. They're so beautiful. Now tell me, wouldn't you want that for heaven? Wouldn't you want to live in a place like that on earth and be happy, smiling, where people don't even have to come to your community because the zip code alone tell them, don't go down there. There are a bunch of heavenly people that lives over there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I like to use Africa too because I can use South America, but let me say Africa. Africa can turn that place into heaven too. What I just described right here. You Africans, I'm Africans. I love that place, motherland, Africa. And that's why every now and then I call on the ancestors. I know only the ancestors can help us discover that place called heaven. And I know it's right down there in Africa. You understand? I know it's there. But all of the things I just talked about can be made possible in Africa. Only when the people gets up, wake up from their sleep and find the heaven that Yeshua HaMashiach was talking about, that said it is right within you. Remember when Jesus was talking, he wasn't even talking to, he didn't say, he didn't call no race. He just said you. He used the pronoun you. So it didn't matter what you was, what race, ethnicity, what your color is. He was talking to everyone. And he says the kingdom of God is in you. All you need to do is look for it. It's right in you. So heaven and hell is a place called earth. Heaven and hell is a place called earth. Don't look anywhere. Look in your community. Look in your neighborhood and see the condition. Is the street clean? Is your local God Are they paying attention to your needs? Are they addressing those concerns that you have? Are they trying to make your heaven better for you? Are they making sure that your kids can walk to school safely without being gunned down? Are they making sure that mothers are getting the better treatment as far as medical health or needs are concerned? Are they making sure that drugs are off the street? Are they making sure that your neighborhood is clean of trash? Are they making sure that your kids are getting the best education for them to be able to compete with others out there in the world? Are they making sure that your kids are are living in the home with the mom and the dad? Are they trying to improve the structure, family structure? Are they doing everything they can to make sure that men are in the home, making sure that they are helping the mothers raise the children? Are they helping? Are they coming up with policies that are helping to build a strong community? If they're not doing that, my friends, give them that list of things that you want to see in your heaven. Just like how they give you a list. I'm talking about religious people. Give you a list that they said that God said you must have, that you must do in order for you to go to heaven. Now you can flip the switch around. Wherever you are in this world, if you watch this video, long time ago, Saudi Arabia used to be a desert, maybe about 50 years ago. And one day the Arabs, they woke up and they started thinking. And they know that in this is the only place you have. Once you exit this place, there's no other place out there. So they took the money. They turned a desert, the place that people said nothing can grow, the dead place, the barren place, they turn it into an oasis, a place where water flow like fountain. They turn it into heaven. Because look, they understood one thing, that money, you can't take it anywhere. So what do you do with it? You make the living condition of your people, your community, like they're living in heaven. And all they needed to do was to forget about that place called hell. And that's all you need to do, my friends. You get up in the morning, don't think about hell. If you're going through it and the condition of your health is not getting any better, start to think about your list and take it to your local God, government of the day. And if they're not addressing your list of things that you want to see in your heaven, take that list at the national level and bring it up. Every 4 years, there are elections. Every 2 years, there are elections. And then do something about it. Because at the end of the day, you want to experience heaven on earth. This is where everything is, my friends. Anyone watching this channel or this video, don't be thinking that, oh, this person is not on the, I'm not even religious. I want you to know. That's why I say it on my channel. Religion is the last thing I want to be. I'm like Yeshua HaMashiach. We are the rebel for Jesus, the master teacher, because we understand what he was saying, and we understand those people that hijack his teachings. His teachings were simple, and that liar of a human being came and hijacked his teaching. And now we understand because we know what he was talking about. And you can twist it all you want. He already told us the truth. Yeshua HaMashiach. And he says, the kingdom, I will say it again, of God. That's enough for me. I don't need any other scripture again. I just want to know that. It's just a song to me. The kingdom of the Most High is nowhere else. Don't look nowhere else. That's so profound if you think about what he was saying. Yeshua HaMashiach, aka Jesus the Christ. He says the kingdom of God is in you. Don't need to look nowhere, my friends. So, to wrap up this video, I'm going to say, don't look nowhere for heaven. Don't look nowhere. As a matter of fact, don't even think about hell. When you get up in the morning, if your situation is not getting better and you feel like you're tied up, you're hooked up, you're chained up, you're shackled in hell, come up with your list. Be firm with your list. Because God, the God that they give you, they're talking, these religious people are talking about, that they told you about, he believe in list. Whatever he's put in that book, that's what he adhered to. According to them, God, they said the Spirit was talking in the book. The powerful Almighty is going to write what he wants to say in the book. You believe that? But yeah, create your own book too. Create your own textbook and give it to the God on earth. Because that's who is responsible for wars. That's who is responsible for peacemaking. That's who is responsible for disease. That's who is responsible for the food you eat, the air you breathe in, whether it's clean or not. Because they're constantly going against nature. Whether you know or not, they're constantly going against nature. You know why? Because they're playing God. Because they think they are God. But they are not Almighty. I'm going to do a video on nature. That way I explain it so you can get an understanding of what this whole thing, how it runs. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video again just to kind of, throw light on this thing, because this subject is very important to me, because I just feel people need to get out of this matrix, this illusion. Like the thing, I don't know how to describe it, but this one thing I would say, once you discover yourself, like, you find absolute freedom. Like, I think I need to do a video on this because I want to explain how I feel sometimes inside ever since I discovered the self. It's a kind of feeling like every day you'll be happy. It's like a fountain of joy. It's going to be coming out of you because you're not going to be worried about nothing. Everything is it's just going to flow. Yeah, it's going to flow. Your protection is going to be there. You're not going to worry because Yeshua Mashiach again say, why should you worry about things? The creator that created all the other animals, take care of them, in ways that unimaginable. Again, that's nature. I need to do a video on nature. Take care of all these things without them even asking or even praying or even fasting. They don't need to, animals don't need to do none of that stuff. And they still get taken care of. Even the rejected ones still get taken care of. What about you? You don't need to worry about nothing. If your air is screwed up, you're sick. All these things, wars and all these things happening around in our world today, it's human beings that are responsible for them. You understand? If you understand history, you know that human beings are the ones that start wars. The human beings are the ones that create biological weapons to destroy human beings at a mass scale. And there are human beings that find the antidote for these things. COVID, I don't want to say the name, but COV. If COV didn't really teach you anything, then I don't think you learn anything. Human beings. Now you see our world, right? Our world right now, the people that are running this stuff or not. Satan though. Stop blaming that man. It's you. Stop blaming that man. Satan, it's you. You are both Satan and God. So again, make this place your heaven, because heaven and hell is a place called earth. Again, I want to thank all those people that continue to watch my videos. I want to thank all those people that remain subscribed to my channel. You are the greatest. I love you, and I hope that you are learning. When I do this video, man, I'm having fun. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm having fun. And it's just some of the concept we're trying to screw around with. If you don't know, man, I spend a lot of time on, you got to understand religious texts. You can't talk about it if you don't know it. Like, you got to know it. Yeah. And once you understand it, then you start to see there's so much confusion and flaws in it. And I just think the best way we can live on this planet is when these people leave us alone. The world is not going to be immoral. It's not gonna, it's not gonna just run at where you have anarchy or chaos everywhere because we're not religious. Don't let them tell you that you don't want to live in a world where there's no religion. There's gonna be anarchy. There's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be the breakdown of society. Society is already breakdown, regardless of religion. Society is already breakdown. If you can't see it, something is wrong with you. Look at United Nations, weak and feckless. Look at United Nations. Is that the representation of a world where there's morality, there's ethics? They don't represent nothing. So why are you even talking about religion is responsible for all the ethics we're enjoying in this world and morality we're enjoying in this world? No. The people that run this world, they are responsible for all that stuff. You understand? Maybe United Nations is part of it too. You know, they're just letting things fly. Things are flying all over the place. But who are the United Nations? Let me just stay away from that one. But yeah, it's part of the topic anyway. So yeah, I just hope that you're learning, my people. I hope that you're learning from this. But when you get up in the morning, please, please think of this place as your heaven. Don't be worried about none of that thing they're telling you about. A place you're going to go burn, and that's not true. You understand? It's not true. None of them can prove it. None of them can prove nothing. And that God was talking, and God didn't talk to no one. If God want to talk to you, He's already in you and talk to you by yourself. Our relationship with God or the Creator, the Almighty, is personal. Get it? It's personal. It has no connection. You don't have to go through a book. If God want to talk to you direct because it's in you. Your body is the garden of the Most High. You don't need no channel or some vessel somewhere and talk to you direct. But you have to purify yourself. You have to be in sync with the ancestor. You have to be in sync with them. You understand? The ancestor lives in you, and the Almighty also lives in you. I want to talk something deep, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. So you start to understand these things. You understand? Don't allow no one fool you. Always look for your heaven on earth. This, my friends, once you start enjoying heaven here, you wouldn't want to exit. That's what people who have turned this place to the heaven, or whose governments are working to make their country heaven, would tell you that it's just a fun being here and making this place heaven. Thank you and have a pleasant day. And again, as I've always said, the greatest thing that can ever happen to a man. It's not the day you're born, not the day you come into this world. Again, it's the same as you were born, not the day you graduated from college, high school, the day you graduated with a degree, whatever it is that you're working on, the day you discover yourself, my friend. That's the greatest thing that can ever happen to you. So discover yourself with the truth. That's what social media represents today. Not everything on social media is truth, but there are a lot of Christ on social media. There are a lot of people on social media that are genuine. They're trying to educate. I can name a plethora of them that are just genuine because they find a light. When you find a light, as says Jesus, you must lead other people to the light. Jesus, whether he existed or not, but his teaching is so relevant to our world today that you must find yourself. Even there are people that are teaching Jesus all over the planet today, and some of them have their presence on social media. And the moment you discover these people, your spirit will connect with them. I'm telling you, if you work on yourself, the moment you discover yourself, the spirit within you, which is the creator, will lead you to the right. When you watch any of these videos that are genuinely trying to enlighten you, you would know immediately because your spirit will connect with them. Those people who are lying to you, they know they're lying to you. And we are trying to make sure that our lie stops. They know the truth. They know. But they have to cahoot with the God of the day, the government of the day, to get you stuck in darkness and not come out of the light. And that is so antithetical to the teachings of the master teacher, Yeshua HaMashiach, aka Jesus Christ. Don't ever condemn that man, because that man, his entire teaching was stolen away from him, because he was only speaking the truth. And because he was speaking the truth, they nailed him and they hung him on the tree. And that's exactly what happened to him. You understand? So have a blessed day, and I hope you and your family are safe. And I hope that you learn from this video and discover yourself. Thank you and have a blessed day.